Something's happened in Aurora that I don't know about. There's 5 different news trucks. Oh, man. I missed workout last weekend, so this one kicked me in the ass. Woo! Hello, friends and fam. My name's Isaiah Adams. You can call me Z. And this week is already over. It's Sunday. Yeah, I procrastinated is what it was, really, to be honest. I'm trying to kick my ass and get back to gear. Kick my butt and get back to gear. God, the swearing. But today's Oscar day. The Oscar awards are happening tonight, so I have to give my predictions, even though I haven't seen all of them. It's whatever. Without further ado, let's kick it. Today's the day. Oscar nominations. Woo! So I didn't get to see all the movies I wanted to, so I'm just gonna go off of base of what I've seen, and if the other ones win, then that's on me. That one's on me. And then some of the categories, again, I probably haven't seen it, nor have I feel the full idea of those categories to truly judge them, so those will be flip a coin as well. So let's go through these categories and figure out what I think will win. I'll make sure to write these down too. If I had actor in a leading role, we have Christian Bale from Vice, Bradley Cooper in A Star Is Born, Willem Dafoe, Eternity's Gate, Rami Malek, Bohemian Rhapsody, and Viggo Mortensen, Green Book. Out of those, I feel like I might have a little bit of bias. I just saw Green Book a few days ago, and I just love Viggo Mortensen. He was Aragorn, and I don't think he's done any other films since then. Maybe he has, and I just haven't been paying attention, but he looked like a totally different person, like completely different in Green Book, and it was just an amazing job. And it wasn't, when I watched that movie, I didn't think that's Aragorn, because that was such a famous role for him so long ago. I haven't seen Bohemian Rhapsody or Willem Dafoe at Eternity's Gate, so off of what I've seen, I'm going to give it to Viggo Mortensen. That's my prediction. All right, actor in a supporting role, Mahershala Ali. I apologize if I keep mispronouncing that. For Green Book, Adam Driver for BlacKkKlansman, Sam Elliott for A Star Is Born, Richard E. Grant, Can You Ever Forgive Me, and Sam Rockwell for Vice. God, they were all so good. I haven't seen Richard E. Grant, Can You Ever Forgive Me? I missed that one. I wish I could just watch them all again before I did these, because it's been so long since I've seen BlacKkKlansman or A Star Is Born. But yeah, I'm going to give it to Adam Driver for supporting. Right. Actress in a leading role. We have Yalitza Aparicio. Yalitza Aparicio, I believe that's right, in Roma, which I saw. Glenn Close, The Wife, I didn't see. Olivia Colman in The Favorite, saw that. Lady Gaga in A Star Is Born, and then Melissa McCarthy, Can You Ever Forgive Me? So I've only seen Lady Gaga, Olivia Colman, and Yalitza Aparicio. Out of those, off of what I know, Yalitza Aparicio, you have my prediction nomination. Okay, actress in a supporting role. We have Amy Adams in Vice, Marina de Tavira in Roma, Regina King, If Beale Street Could Talk, Emma Stone in The Favorite, and then Rachel Weisz in The Favorite. Man, I kind of want to give this one to Emma Stone. You know what? Because I'm biased. She already got an Oscar nomination. I'm giving it to Rachel Weisz because I feel like those two are tied, and I think Rachel Weisz did just as a solid job as Emma did. So, Rachel, you got my nomination. Animated feature film: Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, Mirai, Ralph Breaks the Internet, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So I've only seen Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I love Isle of Dogs. I thought that was an awesome Wes Anderson film. But Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I feel like, hit a totally separate age of animated ideas and ideologies that I'm going to give it to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. The way that it was done, the music and everything inside of it was just beautifully done, and it was just solid. It makes me speechless a little bit. Some of the characters in there, like especially Kingpin, this huge black suited man, like where his head was like almost in the middle of his body. It was so him.
even though it seems weird that his body would be in such that shape. And the way it was made as a comic book with like the POWs and the design and the coloring and stuff was, I loved it. I need to go see it again. I'm going to take Sonya with me next time. So, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, you got my nomination. Cinematography. So I've seen The Favorite, Roma, and A Star is Born. I'm missing Never Look Away and Cold War. Out of that, cinematography-wise, I'm going to give it to Roma. The shots in Roma were just beautiful. They were so interesting. There was never a shot in there that I feel like I was bored or was taken away from something. Even the first shot is, it's got to be at least 5-10 minutes long, and it's just looking at some tiles the whole time. And I think I did teeter for every now and then, but as soon as it got into it and the water came through and the airplane passing by, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It's on Netflix. Go watch it. It was just so interesting in that way, and I feel like all the characteristics from Children of Men kind of came through with these shots and stuff. So maybe that was the direction. But cinematography wise, the black and white was definitely an interesting take, and it kind of gave that age to it, which was nice. So I'm going to give it to Roma. Roma, you got my nomination for cinematography. Costume design. This is one I don't have enough thoughts or, I guess, intellect on to really make an assumption or criticize, so I'm just kind of flipping a coin here. I have seen Ballad, Black Panther, Favorite, and then the other two are Mary Poppins and Mary Queen of Scots. So off of the three that I've seen, I really enjoyed, costume-wise, it'd probably be a tie between Black Panther and the Favorite. I feel like Ballad of Buster Scruggs, the costumes for the main characters were interesting, but it didn't stand out to me. So I think I'm going to give this one to Black Panther because I feel like there wasn't a different... I feel like every other scene had a different costume going on. I just remember them being very interesting or vibrant in their own way. So Black Panther, you got my costume design nomination. For directing, we have BlacKkKlansman, Cold War, The Favorite, Roma, and Vice. So the only one I haven't seen here is Cold War with Pale Pawlikowski. Apologize if I messed that up. I feel like Spike Lee really put a punch to the end of his film. I think he had something where this is, hey, I'm the director. This is the story. Here's what the moral is kind of behind it. There was definitely a message that I could feel through the director in that sense. As far as I would say he should win for this one because I felt the director's point of view in that. And at least the strongest director's point of view. I feel like Alfonso and Yorgos also had points of view, but I felt like Spike Lee's came out the strongest. That's my thoughts. You know, for a film major, I don't have the best vocabulary, do I? All right, we have documentary. I haven't seen any of these. I'm gonna give it to RBG because I heard that lady was awesome. So RBG, you got my nomination. Documentary short. We have Black Sheep, Endgame, Lifeboat, A Night at the Garden, and Period, End of Sentence. Again, I haven't seen any of these. I feel like Period, End of Sentence sounds interesting, so I'm throwing that one out there. All right, film editing. BlacKkKlansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, and Vice. When I think of editing, I think of editing that either makes a statement or editing where you don't notice it and that the story goes on without you really telling that there's editing in the background. So out of those, BlacKkKlansman, you got my film editing nomination. Foreign language film. I haven't seen any of these, so Roma's the only one I've seen, so I guess Roma, you've got my nomination here. All right, makeup and hairstyle, again, no idea. We've got Border, Mary Queen of Scots, and Vice. So I guess mine will have to go to Vice because that's the only one I saw. For music, we have Black Panther, BlacKkKlansman, If Beale Street Could Talk, Isle of Dogs, and Mary Poppins Returns. I've only seen Isle of Dogs, Black Klansman, and Black Panther. So out of those, I remember Black Panther was just jamming. That the whole album, the music behind that was just awesome. And I remember being the Isle of Dogs being very kind of cheery, interesting music, but I think Black Panther just actually got people like up on their seats, and it's music that you listen to in your car and stuff. So I think I'm gonna give this one to Black Panther. Best original song from music. We have All the Stars from Black Panther, I'll Fight from RBG, The Place Where Lost Things Go from Mary Poppins, Shallow from A Star Is Born, and When a Cowboy Trades His Spurs for Wings from The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Ooh. I feel like Shallow has just hit a lot of people really well, and it's been so popular on iTunes and stuff like that. I feel like it's something easily that people can relate to or just enjoy the music for. So I think I'm gonna give Shallow to a star, or Shallow, A Star Is Born, from A Star Is Born. English. For my nomination for music original song, I'm going to nominate Shallow. Production design. When I think of production design, maybe I'm wrong. I'm thinking of like the sets and locations and kind of the general work that goes behind the scenes for films. So I'm going to try to base my thoughts off of that. So production design, we have Black Panther, The Favorite, First Man, Mary Poppins Returns, and Roma. So out of those, I'm only seeing Black Panther, The Favorite, and Roma. I'm going to give it to Black Panther. You got it again. All right, short film, animated. I've seen Bao? I think that's the only one I've seen, so that's probably what I'm gonna have to give it to. Short film, live action. We have Detainment, Fauve, Marguerite, Mother, and Skin. Haven't seen any of these. Fauve sounds like a fun word, so that's what my nomination's going to. Sound editing. We have Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, A Quiet Place, and Roma. I think I'm gonna have to give it to Quiet Place on this one. I just remember Quiet Place, the silence was effective. And when there was sound, it was either freaking scary or it was like super necessary. So I think the editing in Quiet Place was one that definitely stood out to me. And the use of silence at some points. So sound editing, Quiet Place. Sound mixing. Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, Roma, and A Star Is Born. I need to actually Google the qualities for sound mixing because I'm not sure I know. Okay, sound mixing is for the best soundscape or soundtrack of a film. So it's like the levels and stuff. So out of what I've seen, I believe I'm gonna give that one to A Star Is Born. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. I don't really know. Visual effects. There's Avengers Infinity War, Christopher Robin, First Man, Ready Player One, and Solo, A Star Wars Story. When I think of visual effects, I like to think of the effects being as so realistic as possible that it seems like it could actually happen, and that's exactly what it would look like. Ready Player One, I understand, was in a video game, and therefore it couldn't be as realistic. I really enjoyed the way they animated Christopher Robin. I feel like Avengers took visual effects to a whole nother level. With all these different powers and stuff going on and so many different characters and all these fights and things, plus I'm a little biased right now, I think I'm going to give it to Avengers Infinity War. Yeah. Again, out of all these visual effects nominations, I think they're all amazing. I haven't seen First Man, but I think if any of them win, awesome. Congratulations, you all rock. Writing for adapted screenplay. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, Black Klansman, Can You Ever Forgive Me, If Beale Street Could Talk, and A Star Is Born. I remember the Ballad of Buster Scruggs writing just always, I don't know, there was like a lot of lines in there that I definitely remember, and I know that some of those lines came from the pages that were shown in other shots, but I think I'm gonna give it to Ballad of Buster Scruggs. There you go, man. All right, writing for an original screenplay. Favorite, First Reformed, Green Book, Roma, and Vice. So the only one I haven't seen is First Reformed. The writing out of these, I don't know. I may give it to Vice. I think the arguments and the messages that they were trying to deliver in Vice were there in the dialogue, but something when how it was shot or the editing is what set me off. So I think I'm actually going to give this one to Vice, surprisingly enough. And that brings us to Best Picture. So when I think of Best Picture, I like to think of the movie that impacted me the most, that delivered a message of some sort, and was overall a solid film. That I didn't find any mistakes or made me think about the movie after I left the theater. Those kinds of things. We have Black Panther, BlacKkKlansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, A Star is Born, and Vice. Again, I haven't seen Bohemian Rhapsody, so if it's amazing, I'll edit that now. Okay, so we'll find out then. What I see here, oh man, here's my top 3. Green Book, Roma, BlacKkKlansman. Now, reasons why. Black Panther, I thought was another solid hero movie, but I don't think it was strong enough compared to any of the other hero movies to make any difference. I know the impact it had and the music and stuff was amazing, and it was overall I think it was actually a little bit better than other hero movies, but I don't think it was so breathtaking and mind-blowing that it would get a Best Picture. I may be wrong. Bohemian Rhapsody, haven't seen it. I was going to go see it, but then I saw the ratings weren't too great for it, so I'm kind of surprised it actually made it this far. A Star is Born, I thought it was a solid, another musical. Kind of a tragedy at the end, but again, it didn't have too much of an impact on me. I wasn't singing many of the songs besides Shallow afterwards, and I thought Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga did solid acting jobs, and it's a solid movie, but it wasn't strong enough, I don't think. And Vice, again, it just, something was wrong about it. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't strong. Hit a lot of notes. Roma hit a lot of notes. BlacKkKlansman hit a strong note. The Favorite was a strong story, but the editing, the crossfade, I think, is what kind of doesn't do it for me. I think I'm losing my voice. So, between Green Book, Roma, and BlacKkKlansman, I want to give it to BlacKkKlansman. I feel like Green Book could just be another Christmas movie, even though I freaking love Viggo Mortensen, and I love Mahershala Ali. And I thought the whole story was great. Oh, but then there's Roma, man. I don't know. I feel like I'm actually going to give it to Roma, because I feel like Roma is a film that took steps towards allowing major foreign films to be a part of Oscars. And I think that's a huge step. And I think it was a very strong film, the way it was shot, everything. The way the lady's life was kind of revolving inside of the film, the relationships, the struggles, even for the outside, the owning, the wife, the owner of the main character. Well, not owner. I won't say she was employed. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it to Roma. Oh, I don't know. It's either, I feel like it could be BlacKkKlansman or Roma at this point. Roma. That's what I'm going with. Roma. We're doing Roma. I'm so undecisive. We're doing Roma. Roma's got Best Picture. Oh, no, I don't know. Oh, my God. No, I'm going BlacKkKlansman. BlacKkKlansman. Final answer. That's what it is. BlacKkKlansman. At the end of the day, I think BlacKkKlansman delivered a message. And it was strong. The characters were strong. The story was strong. I'm also biased towards Colorado and Colorado Springs, where it takes place. It hit some high notes. It had great music. It had great character development, and it was funny at times. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to give it to BlacKkKlansman. That's it. That's the official predictions for tonight. Terrifying, crazy. I can't wait to see what happens. I think all these films are super strong in their own way. And there's a lot of other films that I haven't seen here, and I apologize that I haven't seen them. I'm trying to see Bohemian Rhapsody today, maybe. But no promises. So those are my predictions. If you want, you can leave your predictions down below. And I don't know, if you match more than I do, I'll give you a shout out for one of the other vlogs or something, and say you're the best. you're better than a film major. How about that? You've beaten a film major if you beat my predictions. If you match more predictions than I do, so you can wear those bragging rights around. With that, y'all, post Z. I forgot to add a little thing. So as of today, 9 years from now, which is a super long way, I understand, is the end of this YouTube channel. I believe that, my goal, O's for Oscars, and being at the 100th anniversary of Oscars will be the final goal that I finish. And I think at that point, 9 years from now, will be, a turning point for me. And I will decide where I want to go or turn to something else. So I think giving myself a timeline of 9 years to knock out all these goals is something that stops me from procrastinating as much. It keeps me proactive and says, you've got so much time. You've only got 9 more years, or is it 8? 9 years. 9 years from now, the channel will be over and we'll have done the final vlog, which would be being at the 100th anniversary of the Oscars. It's a huge goal for me to make it there within 9 years. It'd be crazy. I'd be 31 by then, which is even crazier to think about. But I think that would be it. That'd be kind of like the last fulfilling thing to do, and then be on with my life, do other things. Who knows? Maybe I'll just make another YouTube channel and cut the other one out. Who knows? But I think it's good to set a goal and do everything I can to get there by the 100th year of the Oscars. So, yeah. It's just something to throw out there. Anyways, back to Preezy. That's the end of this week. I apologize. I didn't get as many vlogs as I thought. I'm going to try to work on that more this coming week. I'm going to try to travel a little more. I'm trying to go to other coffee shops or areas so I'm away from home so I can focus on work and things like that. And hopefully walk on streets and check out some new areas. So with that, love you for being you. We're going to see you at some point.
Oscars, 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 Oscars. What?
I need to shave.